Okay, this is a quick update before the New York close. So it's just about 11, just a few minutes after 11 a.m. New York time or Eastern time, Friday, February 9th, 2018. So we're looking at the pound dollar. We had a continuation breakout trade. We've already locked in the first profits here. Again, if we're looking at a continuation breakout trade, the signal candle, everything confirms. Normally, the take profit level is a 55 pip take profit level. So I repeat this all the time just to make sure that everybody knows exactly what we're doing and why, if at all, I would change any potential profit targets. So if you're not too familiar with what I'm talking about, go back into the membership area and watch the section under the continuation breakout trades, and you'll see why we take two different targets and when we specifically do so, as opposed to getting into the trade on a continuation breakout trade and then letting it run right into that 55 pip take profit level. Because there are times when we can clearly see that it's going to hit the 55 pip take profit level and there's nothing to worry about. But again, going back to the fact that there have been multiple continuation breakout trades in this downward direction, again, you have to prepare yourself and you have to ask, when you see that signal candle, were there any previous continuation breakout trades, and have they already, those previous ones, have they already fulfilled and hit their 55 pip take profit level? Because if they have, and that keeps repeating over and over again in a trend, eventually one of these is going to fail. These continuation breakout trades is going to fail. You get into the trade and it doesn't hit the 55 pip take profit level and it turns around and goes back the opposite direction. That is a possibility. Now, one of the ways to see that, of course, would be to look at the daily time frame, the 4-hour time frame. But if you're just looking at the 1-hour time frame, and then you're trying to identify it, and you forget, because sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's really easy to just try to get into the trade quickly, especially if it develops with some economic data. If it develops with economic data, you still have to wait for the candle to close to give you the confirmation. But nevertheless, this one was a good trade. And again, we've had multiple continuation breakout trades to the downside in this down direction, this downtrend. And it's time to be careful. It's time to be looking for a possible reversal. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen, but it's just one way to protect yourself. So we scale out at the first 20 to 25 pips. And that's exactly what it's done so far. The entry was 1.3820. The target here was 3800. That price tag right there reads 37.99. I wasn't able to get it right there on the 38 MetaTrader, right? So it has gone lower, and it will probably go a little bit lower. Maybe retest that low, or maybe another last hour or two. Like sometimes we do see that before the close of trading for Forex. We see a little push. But at this point, again, we've already locked in profits. These are our two targets here, the 138 and then the 137.65. That's the final target if it drops and goes right through it. So again, manage the trade. Be very, very careful with it. We've already locked in profits. Now we had the same opportunity here with the pound yen. The pound yen printed that continuation breakout trade yesterday. It gave us the entry early this morning. We traded that from 150.78 is really what the number should have read, all the way down here to a first target of 150.30, and then when it pushed right through it, we were able to trade it a lot lower. We trailed this one down to approximately, that low right there was 149.98. We trailed it down to 150.05 just before it hit the 150.00 psychological level. Now, again, we lock in profits and then we trade it to the next target. The next target here is 149.30. That would be a 150 pip distance from the entry to the first target. When we trade the continuation breakout trade on the pound yen, the first target is 150 pips away from the entry. The final target is 250 pips from the entry. So it might continue lower, but again, remember, we were looking at, and I'm going to bring this to your attention, that support low right here is right over here. We're looking at this support range right through here, and we want to make sure that we lock in profits before it starts to run into potential support. Here's a support level here. There's another one. So there's a range or a pocket of support running right through here. And when we shorted this, we knew it was going to move, but we want to make sure that we lock in some profits before it actually hits a support low if we're going to be trading it to the downside. If we're trading it to the upside, we would want to lock in profits before it actually runs into that resistance, because you never really know how it's going to react, Remember, support and resistance is not always going to be a precise number. Sometimes it's a range or a pocket, and then price will pull away and go the opposite direction. And you don't want to give back profits if there's profits in the trade. We're here to make money, not just to be right. We're here to make money. So this is the 4-hour time frame. Everything looks okay at this point, at this moment. It looks okay, and it looks like it will go a lot lower. But again, things could change in the next hour or two, and it is Friday. The market's going to close soon, and we prefer, the way I trade it, I prefer not to hold on to the trades through the weekend. So if we can get out of the trade with whatever it gives us, if it pushes down one more time, we're going to follow it lower and then lock in profits there. We've already locked in profits at the first take profit target, and then we did the same thing here with the pound dollar. Now,